Hey, what's going on everyone, Sly here. In today's video we are going to be going over my honest opinions, all of the good honest opinions and bad honest opinions I have about the MW3 betas we played and how I think this game is going to go once it does come out. Now, before this video does start, I just want to preference, I'm not trying to sell this game to you at all with any of my pros about this game or things that I enjoy about this game. I have played Call of Duty ever since World at War, actually Call of Duty 4 as a matter of fact, and I've went back and played every single Call of Duty game, so I'm a bit of a Call of Duty nerd. So, just for your information, I just wanted to let you know all of that stuff, so my opinions might differ from your opinions if you're newer, or even if you have been playing for the same amount of time. Our opinions might differ, and that is okay. Make sure to leave all of your opinions in the comment section down below. Anyway, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications to get all of the latest Call of Duty news, best class setups, best settings, and all of the best tips and tricks once MW3 does come out, and for the remainder of MW2, which is only around 2 weeks now. Now, we do have the campaign early access in the next 3 days, so it's going to be a very busy week this week in between school, uploading, and all of that sort of stuff. So make sure you do drop a like. It shows a lot of support, shows me you guys are enjoying the videos, and let's see if we can hit 10 likes for this video. Anyway, hopping into all of my thoughts and opinions about MW3, we are going to start with the stuff I enjoyed through the beta. Now, starting off, obviously, this is not something we got to see hands-on in the beta, but the fact that the MW2 camos and items do transfer over into MW3, so everything you purchased isn't just going to be inside of Warzone like we had with Cold War, Modern Warfare 2019, and Vanguard. It is actually going to be in MW3's multiplayer, including all of the weapons from MW2 right on November 10th, right when MW3 does fully launch. So all of this stuff is really great to me, and I think it is a step in the right direction. However, I do wish that the camos such as the ghoulie camo or some of the base camos you got for leveling up weapons from MW2 were usable on MW3 weapons, but even though they're not, what can you really do about it? Next is going to be that movement is finally back. We don't have to play this slow Call of Duty anymore. MW2, if you know me personally, you'll know that I've played it quite a bit. I am level 739. Yes, a lot of my levels are from seasons 0, 1, and 2. However, I am level 739, and I have played for quite a bit. I've also unlocked the Mastery Camo, yada yada. And I've dropped many MGB nukes on this game. I do enjoy this game, however, at the same time, MW2 may be a semi-decent Call of Duty, but it just feels so sluggish, and it's really weird because the game is really sluggish, but the TTK is really fast. As where MW3's TTK is going to be slower, but the movement will be faster. So the game and the pacing has felt faster, and I'm just really happy that slide canceling is back, and we have a new thing called tac stance. Might not be my favorite feature, but it is something new that they have added. Next is going to be all of the OG MW2 maps are coming back. Now, obviously, I do not like when a game is only remasters and remakes of original loved maps. They're really just feeding off of our nostalgia, and for some of the new players, there was many people I ran into that didn't know you could go onto the crane on High Rise, didn't even know what High Rise was, didn't know what Favela was, didn't know what Rust was in MW 2019, so they usually knew what that was. But even then, not knowing what a state was, it was very weird, and whenever I would say ACR instead of MCW sometimes in game chat, people would not understand. Now, I'm not making fun of those people, they have more lives than I do, but obviously, you know, it is just interesting to me seeing these people that never played the OG CODs hopping into MW3, and we have the nostalgia for all of this stuff as where they are seeing it all as new content. Now, obviously, with these OG MW2 maps, they can only take us so far, but with Season 1, we are supposed to be getting 2 OG maps, I think it is, and 2 actual originally made maps for MW3. I might be wrong, it might be 1 of each, but I was pretty sure it was 2 of each, which is going to be really interesting. I really want to see what they are going to be making for their original maps for this game, as a lot of the DLC maps, the aftermarket maps that were made for MW2 did not flow very good, such as La Casa, Punta Mar, and stuff like that. Himmelmad Expo did not flow very good at all on MW2, as where all of the base maps flew, like the flow was just a little bit better. Next is going to be the flow and the pacing. People are actually moving, people are actually rushing, people are still obviously going to play a little more laid back once they do get onto a streak, but they are rushing at the start to get the streak. Holy crap. You don't understand how happy I am to actually see people pushing until they get on a streak, and then they play more passive. Perfectly fine. Obviously, if you camp all game, that is perfectly fine. As much as it pains me to say, perfectly fine, but, you know, everybody has their own opinion. The XP displays are basically ripped directly from BO4, which is not a bad thing. BO4 I thought was a pretty solid game, and I actually like the way that the XP pop-ups were inside of the MW3 beta. I really hope they keep that. However, one feature that I really wish they would bring back is the kill streak counter from the MW2 beta, which I don't know why it was removed in the full game, Vanguard, and MW 2019. Obviously, it was introduced in MW 2019, not in Cold War, and then it was put into Vanguard and the beta for MW2, but it was unfortunately taken out. I really hope that they do add it into MW3, but it's a very slim chance it's going to happen. It does look much better in my opinion, and also you can actually tell what streak you're on. Obviously, we have the little banners that pop up and say, hey, you're on a 15, where it will say Ruthless or Merciless, Bloodthirsty, stuff like that. But at the same time, I would love to see that, as I thought it looked much cleaner in gameplays, and also it's much easier to tell what streak you're on and if you should start playing cautiously, or maybe even if you're really close to that nuke, but the game is also close to ending, you should maybe play faster. I can't count how many times I have lost my nuke streak due to the fact that I was still playing aggressive, even though I was on possibly a 24-25. Obviously, you can write that off as my issue. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying I much prefer the kill streak counter. Next thing is going to be the integration of the MW2 attachments onto the MW3 weapons. I really think this is great because you can go and run your red or blue dot sights on your MW3 weapons as soon as the game comes out, and obviously you unlock that reticle section on your MW3 weapons. Same thing for the muzzles, which is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see this feature inside of MW3 on the 10th. Next is going to be sniping. Sniping is back. I am so happy. You don't understand how happy I am that sniping is actually back, not just in Warzone, but it's actually so much better within multiplayer as compared to MW2. Obviously, sniping in MW2 is not bad at all. I did enjoy it. However, it is so much better inside of MW3. Man, I can't believe. Just from the two snipers I used, the KV inhibitor and the longbow during the beta, I can already tell that sniping this year is going to be absolutely beautiful. Now we are going to get into the cons of MW3 and the stuff I disliked about the beta. First is going to be the fact that the revenge spawn system is still in there. Obviously, it's not what they call it, but that's what I and many other people call it. The amount of times in MW2's beta and MW2's full game and in the MW3 beta that I would kill someone, they would then kill me, and I would watch in the kill cam, me kill them respawn right behind me, and then them shoot me. The amount of times I saw that, it was absolutely annoying. Again, the domination spawns are also absolutely terrible, like they have been for the last few COD releases, which is really annoying, as domination was the mode I used to play all the time whenever I wanted to go on a streak, or even just level up weapons and stuff like that, or just fuck around, snipe, and stuff like that. As where now it has to be more so like hardpoint or control modes like that, just due to the fact that the spawn system on domination is absolutely terrible. For instance, on maps that are horizontal during the beta, you would be spawning vertically, and on maps that were vertical, you would be spawning horizontally. Made absolutely no sense, and it absolutely ruined the flow of domination games. The visibility is also something that I really hope they address more. They did address it from the first beta weekend into the second beta weekend, made it much better. I'm really hoping that they just tweak it a little bit more, as I did find it a little bit harder to actually go ahead and see some enemies or differentiate from an enemy to a teammate sometimes. Obviously, it was not that bad, and even if they don't tweak it, it is bearable. It is more so of like a nitpick, but it is something that obviously some people play on like TVs and stuff like that from their couch. I think they should probably fix the visibility just a tad bit. Another thing is going to be another little nitpicky type thing. MW2 camos like the ghoulie camo that was introduced recently, beautiful camo by the way, with the haunting event, will unfortunately only be usable on MW2 weapons, man. Why does it have to be like this? Why does it have to be like this, Activision? Sledgehammer, please, in the future, please, by release, make it so we can use camos like the ghoulie camo, or even the static camos you got just from just like doing the raid challenges, the raid Easter eggs, raid on veteran, the camos you got for Warzone and multiplayer ranked, the camos you got for the raid on veteran, as I said already, and the raid Easter eggs. Please let them be put on MW3 weapons, please. Next is going to be the very common complaint, and the complaint that I had, obviously, and still do somewhat, even though I've already put my money down. I've already bought this game for 100 Canadian dollars. But obviously, the fact that it is essentially just the game we should have got this year, and it is essentially just a reskin of MW2, but with all of the features that they, for some reason, Infinity Ward absolutely ruined, butchered, and got rid of in MW2 from MW 2019, put back into MW2, and they are giving us just a nostalgia trip with the MW2 OG maps. And honestly, I still hold that opinion. However, I am going to play it. As I said, I am a Call of Duty nerd. I've stayed with this series through thick and thin. However, I'm not saying what you should do with your money. Obviously, don't get abused like me. I am in an absolute abusive relationship with Treyarch, with Sledgehammer Games, with Infinity Ward, and Activision Blizzard especially. Obviously, I would probably wait till there is a holiday deal or something like that. Other than that, though, I don't have many other issues, other than the fact of, we're going to have the same battle pass, which is kind of annoying, just due to the fact that the battle pass layout is really bad now, especially unlocking sectors. Just give me one fluid thing every time I go up a tier, I unlock something. I much prefer that. Obviously, it's not going to go away, because more people are more likely to buy tier skips when they can just readily click on any of the sectors, including the Black Cell one, which is a $40 upgrade for a battle pass. Let's not even start talking about that. I'm about to rant whenever I'm talking about that. But obviously I can't change that, and Sledgehammer Games can't control that. That is strictly a Activision Blizzard thing, which is very unfortunate, and honestly, we can't really, do anything about the shitty business practices of lots of game companies today. Other than that, though, that is going to be all of my complaints and all of my things I enjoyed about this game, all my compliments about the beta of MW3. I'm really hopeful for sniping, ray gunning, dropping MGB nukes, and all of that sort of stuff within MW3. And yeah, paid DLC or not, I'm going to stay with this series and play it. It's what I know, it's what I love, and hopefully you guys will stay here on the channel through the busy weeks and months after the release and before the release of MW3. I've set myself the lofty goal of trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2023, so if you want to help me with that, subscribe, turn on post notifications, never miss any of the best class setups, best settings, best tips and tricks, and latest Call of Duty news on the channel. Obviously, I'm going to try and upload all of that news as soon as possible, so that way you guys are well informed and well geared as soon as the game comes out. We have the campaign early access dropping in 3 days. I will be uploading that until Modern Warfare 3 fully comes out, or however long it does take, however many episodes. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, bye.